This is the book of Revelation, chapter 2, verse 9. I know thy works, and tribulation, and poverty, but thou art rich. And I know the blasphemy of them which say they are Jews, and are not, but are the synagogue of Satan. All right, before I get started, I want to say, Call Halayim La, Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakak Wadash. Double honors to my elders and apostles, a great millstone who taught me this truth. And double salutation to all Yakim out there that's pushing this word with all righteousness and sincerity. Shalom. All right. So pretty much, man, you so-called Jews, you Edomites, all right, starting with you with the chief tribe of Esau, all right, you Amalekites, all right, you're being exposed on all levels now, man. And pretty much, this is the end of Esau, man. This is the end of Esau's kingdom, man. All right. These devils have been identified, man. All right. And the scriptures also talk about how their tongue should fall upon themselves, man. All right. So I got this article, all right, from the Times of Israel. All right. This is a newspaper from over there in the land of Israel today. All right. With them fake Jews. All right. It says, Shaz Rabbi, only national religious politicians are Amalek. All right. So just as the scriptures say, man, their tongue shall fall upon themselves, man. So this came out in July 21st, 2013, man. All right. So these devils over there, they know who they are, man. They know they're the Amalekites of the scriptures, man. The chief tribe of Esau, man. All right. So I'm going to read a little bit of this article. I'm going to grab some scriptures, but it says, jumping down, just hitting a few points. All right. It says, with tensions running high between Israel's national religious and ultra-Orthodox community, Shah's party mentor Rabbi Ovidia Yosef has sought to minimize a recent statement by a fellow rabbi that was deemed especially inflammatory. All right, so I believe it was this guy that you see here on the mic. All right, but let me scroll down. All right, it says, referring to the national religious Israelis by the colloquial Hebrew term nit kippah, the preferred headgear for such Jews, Rabbi Shalom Cohen declared in a sermon delivered last Saturday night. As long as there are nit kippot, the divine throne is not whole. That's Amalek. All right. It says, when will the throne be whole? When there is no nit kippah. All right. So what this guy is saying, or what this devil is saying, he's saying that the throne of the Most High can't be whole until there is no more nit kippah. All right. So this is what these so-called Jews, this is what a nit kippah is, man. This is what they wear on their heads, man. When you see them moving around, all right, just to know what that is, All right. So jumping back, all right. So this devil said, man, that the Most High's throne cannot be whole until there is no more nit kippah, and they know they're Amalek, man. All right. So let me get a quick scripture real quick. This is Zechariah chapter 9 verse 6. It says, "And a bastard shall dwell in Ashdod, and I will cut off the pride of the Philistines." All right. So right here it tells you that a bastard, an illegitimate son, shall dwell in Ashdod. All right, and that's a city in southwest Jerusalem, man. All right. Meaning that these are not the true sons of the Most High, man. These are bastards in the Holy Land, man. All right. So I'm gonna read a little bit more, man, because Esau, he just spill it all out. All right. It says, Amalek was a biblical tribe that attacked the Israelites from behind while they wandered in the desert. In the biblical narrative, its members were designated a special evil deserving of extermination, man. All right, because these Amalekites know they're done, man. That's why whoever this rabbi devil is, all right, he said that the throne of the Lord cannot be whole until Amalek is gone, basically, man. All right, proving that they know that they are not the true people, man. All right, and they got to pay, as the scriptures say. They have a special deserving of extermination, man, because what they did to us coming out of the land of Egypt, man. All right. Matter of fact, let me grab that too. All right. This is Deuteronomy 25, because the scriptures say, remember what Amalek did. All right. This is Deuteronomy 25, verse 17. It says, remember what Amalek did unto thee by the way when ye were come forth out of Egypt. How he met thee by the way, and smote the hindmost of thee, even all that were feeble behind thee, when thou wast faint and weary, when he feared not Yahweh. All right, because that's what these devils did. These Amalekites, they tried to attack us from behind by trying to attack the women and children. All right, they wanted to attack the weak first, man, and that shows you the nature of this devil, man. You know, they couldn't deal with the men up front. They wanted to go and try to sneak them from behind, man. All right, verse 19. It says, therefore it shall be when Yahweh Bashim Yahushua that power hath given thee rest from all that enemies round about, and the land which Yahweh Bashim Yahushua that power giveth thee for inheritance to possess it. Thou shalt blot out the remembrance of Amalek from under heaven, and thou shalt not forget it. All right, because you Amalekites, you so-called Jews, you're going to be exterminated. You're going to be genocided. You're going to be done away with forever, man. Thus saith the scriptures, man. Because the scriptures just said, remember what these devils did to us coming out of Egypt, and that's just referencing back in what is it? Exodus chapter 17. You know, as a matter of fact, let me just grab the scripture. All right, this is Exodus chapter 17, verse 8. It says, then came Amalek and fought with Israel in Rephidim. And Moses said unto Joshua, choose us out men and go fight with Amalek. Tomorrow I will stand on top of the hill with the rod of God in my hand. So Joshua did as Moses had said to him, and fought with Amalek. And Moses and Aaron and Hur went up to the top of the hill. And it came to pass when Moses held up his hand that Israel prevailed. And when he let down his hand, Amalek prevailed. But Moses' hands were weary, but Moses' hands were heavy, and they took a stone and put it under him. And he sat thereon, and Aaron and Hur stayed up his hands, the one on the one side, and the other on the other side, and his hands were steady until the going down of the sun. All right, so Moses had to keep his hands up in order for Israel to prevail against Amalek, man. All right, so that was wearisome in a battle within itself, man. All right, it says, verse 13, and Joshua discomfited Amalek and his people with the edge of the sword. And Yahweh Shemi Shai said unto Moses, write this for a memorial in a book, and rehearse it in the ears of Joshua, for I will utterly put out the remembrance of Amalek from under heaven. All right, it says, and Moses built an altar and called it Jehovah Nisisi, which it breaks down to Yahweh Nasaya. Let me grab that real quick too. All right. Yeah, Yahweh Nasaya. All right. Which breaks down to Yahweh is my banner, the name given by Moses to the altar which he built in commemoration of the discomfiture of the Amalekites. You see? So, hey, man, you got utter destruction coming from to you devils, man. All right? But anyway, man, jumping back, all right? Because, let me grab another scripture, too. All right? Because these devils, they got the land through the Balfour Declaration. Salakia. All right? But I wanted to grab, before I grab that scripture, let me grab Isaiah 1:7. All right, it says, Isaiah chapter 1:7, it says, your country is desolate. Your cities are burned with fire. Your land, strangers devour it in your presence. You see? You know, we're witnessing these devils over there parading around in the Holy Land as if they were the true Jews, man. All right? With all these abominations that's going on in the Holy Land, you know, they have the biggest gay parades in the land. All right? The land is defiled. All right? You know, it's not even growing trees and vegetation because the land is barren, man. You know, so hey, that's just more proof that the true sons of the Most High are not in the land. All right, because you had this thing called the Balfour Declaration. All right, which pretty much was established. All right, in 1917. All right, and it's the Balfour Declaration. All right, which was a letter from Arthur Balfour to Lord Rothschild to basically it was established through the British government, all right, and the Zionist Federation, all right, to pretty much guarantee the land of Israel after World War One, all right, and then you had in 1948 where the land of Israel, all right, became a national state, man, all right, and that's through the support of the British government, all right, which established, Palestine a national home for the Jewish people, man, which was all set up, all right, and these people know that they are not the true Jews. Let me grab this scripture real quick. Okay, this is Ezekiel chapter 36, verse 2. It says, "Thus saith Yahweh Shem Yahushai, because the enemy have said against you, Aha, even the ancient high places are ours in possessions." All right, and see, and that's through that Balfour Declaration. That's prophecy, man. That's how they set up to gain the land of Israel, man. All right, I'm gonna jump down to matter of fact, let me read verse 3. "Therefore prophesy and say, Thus saith Yahweh Shem Yahushai, because they have made you desolate and swallowed you up on every side, that you might be a possession unto the residue of the heathen, and you are taken up in the lips of talkers, and are an infamy of the people." You see? So you were destroyed, you had your land stripped away from you, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans. You're the Israelites, man, right? You became a possession of the residue of the heathen, man, being scattered all around the world, becoming a proverb and a byword amongst the heathen. You see? This is all prophecy, and I'm going to jump down. This is verse 5, the point. It reads, Ezekiel 36 and 5, "Thus saith Yahweh Shem Yahushai, surely the fire of my jealousy have I spoken, and against the residue of the heathen, and against all Idumea," all right, which is Greek for Edom, all right, "that have pointed my land into their possession with all their heart, with despiteful minds to cast it out for a prey." So this was all prophecy, man. All right, you had the land of Israel, all right, or in 1948 you had the land of Israel. Was pretty much established, man. All right, and that's how these damn devils got the land, man. But the point, man, is that these Amalekites, they know they're not the real Jews. All right, they know that they're Amalekites. All right, the seed of Esau. All right, this devil is going down, and like I said earlier, he's being exposed. All right, so hopefully that lesson was edifying. I'm going to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Shem Yahushai, double honors to my elders and apostles, a great millstone of turbulence truth, and double salutation to all Yakim out there that's pushing. Shalom.